There are students who simply complete their studies, and there are those who leave a lasting mark on the academic community they become part of. Among the latter is someone whose journey reflects purpose, consistency, and a quiet but firm dedication to excellence. In debate arenas, he has consistently defended ideas with clarity and conviction, earning respect for both his composure and intellectual strength. As a writer for the Orient publication, he has contributed thoughtfully crafted pieces that give voice to meaningful perspectives within the academic community. He was awarded the Most Outstanding Youth Achiever in 2024. Beyond these visible accomplishments, he is defined by the way he approaches responsibility: steady, deliberate, and without hesitation. He does not measure tasks by difficulty, but by the standard of excellence they demand. His diligence is anchored in resilience, his outlook shaped by optimism, and his actions guided by values that have remained firm throughout his journey. It is this rare combination of discipline, character, and purpose that brings us to this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Class 2026, Mr. Harrison Richard M. Deitch, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, will deliver the response. Let us welcome him with a resounding applause.
I would like to give warm greetings to the Bishop of the Diocese of Butuan and the Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Father Saturnino Urios University, His Most Reverend Cosme Damian R. Almadilla, the members of the Board of Trustees, our University President, Reverend Father Randy Jasper C. Ochige, our Vice President for Academic Affairs and Research, Dr. Arlene M. Floreta, our Vice President for Administrative and Student Affairs, Engineer Zenaida D. Azura, our Director of the Office of Student and Alumni Affairs, Reverend Father James Michael Abellanosa, our guest speaker for the 74th Commencement Exercises and the Executive Director of the Private Education Assistance Committee, Dr. Rodora Angela F. Ferrer. I would also love to greet all of the university officers, the program deans, along with the faculty and staff who make these events possible. Greetings to all the parents, guardians, sponsors, and guests present in the crowd for this ceremony. Most importantly, I send my wholehearted greetings to my co-graduates of the class of 2026. We made it. Before I start my speech, I have some confessions to make. I am not graduating on time. I am behind the rest of my senior high batch. And yes, I am half American. Tuod, kabalo ko magbinisaya ha. After dropping my first course and dealing with personal battles, I reached a crossroad. I was looking for directions. I sought guidance from my high school teachers who were once also guardian owls of the teacher education program here in FSUU. They recommended that I enroll here and become an educator as well. They saw potential in me that I myself could not see. So I accepted the challenge and enrolled. When I first began my journey here in Father Saturnino Urios University, I wanted to dip my feet into the waters, but my entire legs got pulled in. You might have seen me in events taking pictures or writing for the Orient publication. You might have seen me as a debater in competitions. Or you might just see me as the random American guy passing in the hallway. But during my 4 years inside of this campus in the teacher education program, I realized that learning objectives are the heartbeat of every lesson plan because they give both the teacher and the students' direction on what is to be achieved during the session. During this 10-minute session, I promise I will keep it short. I want to set a clear direction for what we can learn, not just from my story, but from all of our stories. By the end of the session, I want us to A, determine that delays are blessings. B, place value in what we do. And C, break ourselves. I know these objectives sound quite ridiculous and probably would not pass the standards of a traditional lesson plan, but they can all be applied across all different disciplines. Firstly, objective A, determine that delays are blessings. I understand the feeling of being left behind and facing the pressure of seeing all my batchmates graduating ahead of me, becoming employed. I am sure that many of you here have faced this as well. In a social world like ours, it's very easy for us to compare ourselves to others. But this comparison robs us of the chance to see things in a positive light. These delays are a redirection towards something better. I may be graduating late, but this delay has blessed me with the opportunity to speak in front of you to share my values. Speaking of values, that leads us to our second objective, place value in what we do. This objective deeply reminds me of the theme for this academic year: transformation in education, integrity in action. Every single person in this gymnasium is capable of creating transformation regardless of the course, regardless of the program, and regardless of the occupation. As we make our way out of the campus and into the outside world, we will be the catalyst of transformation in our respective fields. However, the type of transformation we're able to achieve is hinged upon our values. This year's theme makes use of the Orient core value of integrity. By the book, it is defined as a firm adherence to a code of values. In a world where integrity is on a decline and general education subjects like ethics are planned to be removed, we are called to act with integrity more than ever. And integrity means so many things across so many different disciplines. As engineers that live in a world of ghost projects and kickbacks, we must plan and execute our tasks with utmost integrity and honesty to ensure the structural integrity and safety of the projects we create. As computer scientists and ITs who will code the future software and even the artificial intelligence that people will one day use, the integrity of the code we make will affect millions upon billions of users. As nurses, the care that we provide to each and every patient is reflective of the values that we find most important. In every syringe pushed, do it with love. As business entrepreneurs, the products and services we provide will be reflective of our values. In every customer, rich and poor, give them genuine warmth. As accountants, every discrepancy we point out, every calculation that we make is because we value the integrity of the practice. As future lawyers, the way we defend each client is reflective of our values, and I hope that each client is defended with the utmost integrity. As future tourism officers and tour guides, our values of empathy will guide and unite tourists and travelers who come from across the world. But among all of this, an impactful teacher once told me, a teacher is only as good as his student. As teachers who have integrity, we have the ability to pass these values on to our students, so that when these students grow up to be engineers, computer scientists, nurses, entrepreneurs, accountants, lawyers, and tourism officers, they will fulfill these roles with the values we have imparted upon them. This leads us to the third objective. Or to formally wrap up the second objective, the outputs that we make are reflective of the values we place into them. All of us here are manifestations of our values and the actions that we took based on these values. In a world full of AI-generated content, our values are what keep us authentic. Our values are what keep us human. This leads us to the third objective, break ourselves. I know this sounds a little counterproductive. I'm not telling us to purposely harm ourselves or to bottle up emotions to the point that we literally break. In the world of debate, breaking means passing the threshold to reach the outer rounds. It means you get to advance to the next level. If we relate this to our daily lives, Every day we break ourselves in the process of learning. We pass a broken project. We deliver a broken speech. We ourselves are sometimes broken. But these broken things allow us to make reflections. Sometimes at our lowest points, and even in the mistakes we make, we are able to make the best reflections. Remember, learning comes from the reflections that we make on experiences, not the experiences themselves. Breaking ourselves also means breaking the bad habits and biases. When the Indian storytellers arrived in FSUU for the Stories from India event, one quote really struck me. The only thing harder than learning is unlearning. We learn that our behaviors may be acceptable or normal to some, but inappropriate to others. We shall break ourselves out of the shackles of our own biases to listen to others with empathy, because the university's mission calls for us to be crusaders of truth and justice and to be in dialogue with different cultures. Breaking ourselves also means breaking out of the boundaries that exist within us. It means getting out of our comfort zones. As an introvert, I tried debate and public speaking, or maybe my teacher forced me to. But from these boundaries we break, we become better people than we were yesterday. So we should just break ourselves. I want to get rid of the negative connotation that exists around the word broken, because anything that is broken just needs a little fixing, and reflection is the tool that will help us fix it. So now that we're done with the lesson proper, let's have a quick recap. I mentioned 3 key objectives for us to achieve. A, to determine that delays are blessings. B, to place value in what we do. And C, to break ourselves. And I have to be honest, 10 minutes is not enough for us to carry out these objectives. These are goals that we carry throughout our lives in the small and big milestones. As an avid debater, one thing my mentors always told me, that just being able to compete and speak in debate tournaments is already an achievement within itself, regardless if you lost all of the rounds or even if you failed to garner any awards. I liken this advice to our graduation rites today. Just being able to step on stage and accept your diploma is already a great achievement within itself. Even if you did not attain that Latin honor, even if you did not get that medal, all achievements, big and small, are worth celebrating. We indeed made it, and this would not be possible without the support systems that led us here today to this very ceremony. First of all, I would like to thank God Almighty for His guidance and the blessings He has bestowed upon me. I express my deepest gratitude to this institution for embedding the Orient core values within me. The FSUU administration for accepting our request to travel for debate tournaments and hosting nationwide events like Butuan InterVarsity that benefit the wider community. The program dean, Dr. Maricris Ayabuan, and the members of the TEP faculty for their unwavering support and helpful feedback. Ma'am Lenny Abian, my supervising instructor, Ma'am Grace Lumakang, who guided me in crafting my very first lesson plan. The Orient Publication and the Orient Debate Society families for being an integral part of the college journey. My English Society family, especially those in section TE41. Doy Doy, my friend since senior high who believed in me throughout each step of the way. My friend since the first day of classes, Ken, who always encouraged me to stay authentic. Kyle Ongyu, who significantly guided me throughout university life. I would like to thank my family, my mother who supported me in all of the choices that I made, my loving father who couldn't physically attend today, but is watching the live stream at home. My sister who was my very first student, and of course my 2 cats. But most importantly, I would like to thank our alumni guardian owl, Sir Kim Christian T. Matildo, the teacher who guided me down this path. If it were not for him, I would have never been able to gain the confidence to speak in front of this many people. And I hope the transformation he caused in me is the same transformation that I can give to my students in the future. Because he is the exact teacher who taught me that delays are blessings, to always place value in everything I do, and he is the one who taught me to break myself. Now it is my turn to pass the light to the learners. Hearing it from me, we now carry the same light which we can use to make the world a better place. Congratulations and thank you, class of 2026.